Hello, hello. This is Monday again. Can you believe it? 7 days gone again. That's always happening. Okay, but this is Motivational Monday by Jim and Lucy. Jim is here.
Yes, I only had one cup of coffee today.
Yeah, so he's silent. Almost. Last week, doctor told him to cut off the coffees, so he's trying. And
She should have.
yes. That will be okay. We can make it. So, the topic for today is very interesting. We will be talking about the summertime issue, summertime focusing. How is it different from winter or autumn or spring? And actually trying to focus on a work task and work from home is way different when you work from office. And even if you work from home all the time, it still can be an issue to focus on something, especially in summer. Why? Because it's inside us. When we see this nice weather, sun, what do we want to do? We want to sit by the pool with a nice cocktail, relax, and then you watch your dog walking outside lazy and taking extra nap after extra nap and asking for extra snack. And another issue this year is that we have kids at home way longer than we usually do. And for many parents, it's a big issue, especially if your kids like ours, a bunch of energy, just running around all the time, no silence. We do have neighbors upstairs with the two kids. They're about probably 7 and 4 years old. And every evening around 11 p.m. I hear them start running faster somehow.
They do, but you know, one of the beauties of it, that's what kids are supposed to do.
Yeah.
We don't want them to be like an 80-year-old man, if you will.
No, we don't.
But as Lucy talks about summer, and it's easy to get caught up that, you know, we just had a winter, obviously, and then we go through a slow period, the winter. We're worried about losing weight, worried about making more money than ever. Then along comes the pandemic, and then we're worried about all kinds of other things. It's like a gloom over us. And it is hard. Even for the best of us, it can be extremely difficult. But it kind of reminds me of a book my teacher gave me to read when I was probably in the 6th or 7th grade, I believe. And it was by Ray Bradbury called Dandelion Wine. And that was originally part of a short story, I believe, in Gourmet magazine, I guess in the 50s or so. And I just fell in love with this book, because when I feel this resurgence and I'm wondering how can we come alive in the midst of our own winter. And right now, for many of us, for most of us, if we're honest, we're going to have periods during the summertime that's going to still feel like winter. So what can we do about this? Well, Dandelion Wine is a story of a summer. There's also a story about people's lives and what it means to live. And one of the characters in this book is this boy who has wanted to find a way to capsulize the summer spirit, that summer essence, or where you have the fragrance of strawberries, or what is your favorite fruit that reminds you of the summer, of a nectarine. Do you remember walking bare feet in the summer grass growing up and feeling the dew on your toes? And you remember the rain that falls on you, the excitement when school was out and you couldn't wait to be with your friends and stay up late at night? Well, as an adult, you kind of have the same wonderings. You can't wait for summer vacation and all these things, having a favorite book to read or a favorite show, or maybe binge watch some of the programs on Netflix or something. Somehow, as we age, when mortality sets in, we think about the bills, we think about all the minutia of adult life, and we feel like maybe those moments have escaped us. And as a child right now, being bombarded with family members around you all the time, nobody has the space to break free, to go do something new they want to do. We all feel like life has closed in on us faster than ever before. There's some things we can do. You can go into the kitchen and make your favorite beverage, non-alcoholic beverage, a watermelon drink, or something that makes us all feel like we're coming alive. We can use the favorite dishes. We can put the straws in things and feel like this is the best day and plan for a new tomorrow. Don't feel like a humdrum tomorrow. Get out of the pajamas, take a shower and shave and plan things. One thing we did once is that when we wanted to go out and go camping once, Memorial Day weekend, we didn't plan ahead of time. We kind of thought that, it was kind of raining, maybe everybody will stay home and won't be anybody out camping. So we literally went to campsite after campsite after campsite, and everything was actually filled. It was full. And so what we did is that we make this long trip through the mountains, literally. And then in the car, it took hours and hours and hours. We came back in the back way, back into our home. And this is what we actually did. We had the tent. We had the things for s'mores and everything else. Would you believe what we did? We moved the sofa and everything out to the other wall, and we set up the tent, minus the spikes, the stakes and all. We set up the tent in the living room and faced it toward the television. Put the sleeping bags in, had the multiple tents in there for the kids and everyone, and we went camping for almost a week in the living room. We made the campfire foil packs with the ground beef or whatever we wanted to make. We had all those things, and we ate as if we were actually camping out. And we spent the time, no work routines, as if it was a real vacation, enjoying ourselves, the beverages, and making time for family. No answering panicky phone calls, nothing. It was camping. You can do a lot of those things right where you are. Remember, we talk about this often. You can make this the best time, or you can make it the worst time right now. It's all about your attitude. You can take everything that's happening in the world as if it's going mad. It isn't going mad. It's going through a flux. It's like the world is taking a deep breath, a sigh, and you're in it. And you can take your sigh now, release it, and now create something, because your family is looking to you to be the one to do it.
Now, to me, the summer is always different. Even without lockdown and all the difficulties we face in this year, every year to me summer is different. It feels like body needs extra relax. So what I do, I rearrange my calendar in order to have extra day off, or in order to have extra break in afternoon and then work hour later if I have to or not. And you can do it too. So look in your calendar. If you don't manage your schedule yet, you have to start doing it. And what helps actually, if you include in your calendar both entertainment and work tasks, that helps a lot. Then you don't have this guilty feeling that you took that break instead of working. And you know that you have this break planned, or you have this walk with your family planned, or just time with your kids to play Lego or something else. You can do it. Absolutely. So summer is different because of the nice weather and everybody's going to vacation. Yes, we do want to relax, and it's our human nature. We want to relax by the pool, or go on the beach, or just for a walk, camping, whatever it is. We want it all the time. If we can, we probably will keep doing it. And some people do actually travel the world. Not right now, but they plan to go back to that activity. I mean, people already traveling back again, but much less than before. Anyway, you can plan entertainment and work tasks in your calendar, and this will help you to manage the summer smoothness. And yes, as Jim said, include those fun things. Try things you never did before. Try to adapt things. If you can go camping, do camping in your house. We're not suggesting you have an open fire in the living room, okay? Be careful.
But if you wanted to, you could.
No fire in the living room. So, but you can have, if you have an electric oven with a grill, we have one. That helps a lot. Sometimes we just grill something and it feels like we just had a picnic outside some barbecue party. Yeah, Jim almost wants to call neighbors to join us. I always have to stop him, but that's how we're all.
It's easy to, so if the neighbors want to come over and we don't want anybody coming over right now, I just pretend I'm coughing. And they stay away. Lose the elbows when you have to do it.
Yeah, this is the new way for introverts to stay inside your zones. If you need more space, you just cough a bit and people start jumping off.
No, but I saw last night, so one of the things I like to do is to read a couple magazines or something. Right now I'm reading The Count of Monte Cristo every night when I recline the bed. But I did stumble into I think the Washington Post, and they have a picture, a cartoon of a family making this the best of time for them, the vacation time, since it's a wise move for all of us to spend more time at home. We do have cabin fever, but there's some things we can do realistically. And one of them I thought was interesting is that we go back to this part I mentioned about putting up the tent. When they put up the tent, sometimes mom and dad may have one with the whole family, or mom and dad may have a tent that's separate. That's quite all right. But they showed this family actually having their little sticks. And they had the tent open, and they had a campfire, and the campfire was on the television or their laptop. In fact, this one was on their laptop. Just think about it. They had you can go to YouTube and do that and get a glowing little campfire on your YouTube video, and they had them with a stick with s'mores over the campfire that was on the video. Now just think about that. This is the new world of virtual activity, and you can just play with this in your imagination, and you'd be amazed if mom and dad can pretend that all this is fun and make it fun. You'd be amazed how the rest of the family will come along and feel the same way. It'll go along, try it. You'll feel better inside, and it's a way of bending trials into a way that serves you.
Now we all have more video calls right now, including entertainment calls or just calls with your family members or friends. Even Facebook recently suggested such feature as a room, not a chat but separate room, like get together for a happy hour or for coffee break or anything. And it's very nice because we need to socialize, and with many people staying intact with rules of quarantine, it is quite difficult. It's difficult to me. I know that many people are not following quarantine at all. They go and walk and do all kind of stuff. But if you are, this is the way too. And even if you don't want to go out, this is a nice way to just twist things a bit.
It is. And now, just before we go, I just want you to think about this part right here. This is from Ray Bradbury, and if you remember, Ray Bradbury was a science fiction writer. I'm not sure if he's still alive or not. But Dandelion Wine, just think about it. Now listen to this part as he takes you back and think about something. He says, the summer of 1928 was a vintage season for a growing boy. A summer of green apple trees, mowed lawns and new sneakers, of half-burnt firecrackers, of gathering dandelions, of grandma's belly-busting dinner. It was a summer of sorrows and marvels and gold-fuzzed bees. A magical, timeless summer in the life of a 12-year-old boy named Douglas Spaulding, remembered forever. You can do the same thing right now. Just feel it. Feel those words that I just said about summer and dandelion wine. Remake your summer right now in the way that you want it to be.
Start your change. It's already 6 months of 2020 have gone. So this is the second half of the year. And we're gonna make it great. Will you?
Join us.